Since it comes up all the damn time, I was going to make a video about how Okinawan weapons are bullshit. Not bullshit in the way that they don't work, but bullshit in the history of them being for peasants who don't have real weapons. Same as bullshit about ninja not being able to use weapons because they were oppressed by samurai and that he developed farm tools. Okinawan weapons are Chinese weapons, are Indonesian weapons, are Malaysian weapons, are basically the same weapons in Southeast Asia. So, most common bullshit. Have a more traditional pair somewhere. I have tons of pairs somewhere because I used to study Goju-ryu, but nunchaku are not the damn flail for grain. If you know what an Asian grain flail looks like, it's basically a rokushakubo, 6 feet long, and it has a little length of cord. Sometimes not even cord, sometimes it's something else. And then like a 3-foot section with a wider edge. So you'd basically be swinging it over your head, huge arc. So you have a lot of force generated by the small piece, and you have the length of the large piece so you get the area around you. And that's called a karazao, or karasao, either way you want to say it. Looks nothing like this. Nunchaku are sosetsukan, which are basically a Chinese weapon. You know, then when you're saying the cone part, like basically, I don't know, for me that's always seemed like a Chinese interpretation. Like, if you wanted to give them, well, the origin of the Okinawan word, the nunchaku, is they say it's a variation of a like a southern Chinese like dialect that sounded like nunchaku to Okinawans. But yeah, someone said that hyoshiki are the origin of nunchaku, but I don't consider that to be valid either because the length of the himo is so far. It would be a bad weapon for that, and they're much smaller. But hyoshiki are basically similar to, kusari fundo. Even this little shape here, even though this is a Masaki Ryu kusari fundo, but the length of the chain is the same, the shape is the same. It doesn't make the wood sound because it's not made of wood. But yeah, the idea of it being a peasant's weapon, they have this whole bullshit, 1613 there was the ban and blah blah blah. The ban applied to firearms, and only to the importation of new firearms, not firearms that were already owned by the Peichin class, which was basically the Yukuan equivalent of samurai class. They still had swords. There was permits issued for repairs of swords, permits issued for traveling with swords, all that kind of crap. Peasants were restricted in carrying swords, but that's standard issue. Peasants were restricted in carrying guns, obviously. But the idea of an oppressed people practicing martial arts is bullshit, because if you're a peasant, you're working all fucking day doing all this shit. You don't have time to sit there and devote to training. That's something that only the aristocracy has the time to actually do. So I guess at this point in the video, I'll put in a damn image of the difference. You can see that the flail that they use doesn't look like this. I don't like nunchaku. I could do all the stupid bullshit. I could spin around and do all that crap, but not really a fan. They're a grappling weapon, not a striking weapon to me. Love kusari fundo, though. Love kusari uchibo. All that kind of crap. The other bullshit story. Sai. Oh, sai were used for... Oh, I should actually talk about the, one more thing. The muge, the horse bit. Or bridle, actually not bit. It goes around the horse's head like this. It does look like nunchaku. You know, if you want, you could use them as nunchaku, but not what they were meant for. They just happen to look similar. And now I guess they're retconned. You know, some people are saying, oh yeah, look, and they're making nunchaku that look like the muge, the bridle for the horse. But that's not where it came from. They came from China. They were weapons. You know, they came from a Chinese staff weapon. There you go. They're used in every other country. You know, there you go. Sai. Sai were not some kind of bullshit thing that you drag along like this to make a row and then you poke in the ground for planting seeds. That's bullshit. I might as well say, oh yeah, the shuriken were, you put them on a thing and you roll them along the ground and they put little holes in and then you put the seeds down. Bullshit. We did break a garden weasel when we were kids and take the little blades off and they looked pretty much exactly like this and we got to throw those around. But aside from that, you know, the idea, this is not a fucking farm tool. I'm sure you could pick up hay, I'm sure you could poke a hole in the ground, but there's much better ways to do it. The construction itself, like, you know, it's the same as a jitte. Where's a jitte? I know I have one somewhere around here. Yeah. This and this are basically the same damn thing. I made a video on jitte a while ago, you can check that out. Jitte, you know, you have this monouchi here, ska, tachimogi no kagi. Same thing, ska, monouchi, except on a sai, these are called, right here, this is the sume, which means like the talon, because these are called joku, which are wings. But they're the exact same damn thing. Stopping weapons. You know, a jitte can have multiple tachimogi no kagi. There's some that have 2, there's some that have 3, there's some that have 4. You know, this is a weapon. Came from India, came from China, came from the Philippines, came from Malaysia. You know, India to Trishula in, what is it, in Malaysia. I think it's called tekpi. Indonesia, it's called a cabang. China, I forget what the hell it's called. It means like iron ruler or some kind of bullshit. I don't know. It's an arresting weapon. It's a police weapon. I think police in Okinawa are called ufu. Damn, what the hell are they called? Something ufu chiki maybe. I don't know. Whatever. I'll correct it in the damn thing. This is not a farm tool. It's obviously a weapon. If you wanted to make it a farm tool, there's so much damn better ways. Why would you make this a different length? That's stupid. You know. What else do we have? Don't have one up here. Tonfa, Twifa. You know, they say it's the stone, it's the handle for the millstone that you turn around like this. Yeah, they kind of look similar, but no, it's a damn weapon from China. It's a crutch weapon. You know, it's in, once again, it's fucking in China, it's in Indonesia, it's in Malaysia. Then all of a sudden, these are all farm tools in Okinawa? It doesn't make any sense. You know. A kama. Yes, a kama is a farm tool. Yes. This one looks a little different. It's a different type. But the difference between a kama that's actually used in combat and an agricultural kama is the construction of the blade, the way that it's beveled, the angle of the blade. You know, that's a jingama. It's a camp sickle. I don't think they use jingama in Okinawa. They use actual agricultural kama, so that I can say, you know, that's correct. What other weapons are there in Okinawa? Aku, an oar. Obviously, it's a fucking oar. There's no difference. It's a fucking oar. Yes, you could hit people with an oar and it'll hurt. There you go. Do I have Teshu, whatever you want to call them? You know, brass knuckles. Obviously, it's a damn weapon. Teko, I think they might even call them there too. You know, there are obviously some tools that are weapons because you could beat the fuck out of someone with them. A kunai is a tool. Yes, you could use it for damn near everything. It's a shovel. It's what the fuck are those things called? I forgot what they're called. You could use it in masonry. You could use it for smashing bricks. You could use it for smashing people's faces. You could use it for whatever the hell you want. You know, the one time where something is not a weapon. This is Musashi Kaiken. It's like an axe blade here. The only damn time when something is a tool one place and a weapon everywhere else in the world is Alaskans. Alaskans use a Musashi Kaiken as an ulu. It's called an ulu. It's a knife for cutting up seal meat in a bowl like this. But it's a damn weapon everywhere else in the fucking world. Anything else to talk about? That's about it. Yep, that's basically it. Not much else to say. Next time someone tells you, oh, this is a farm tool, say, fuck you, it existed everywhere else. You know, stop with the romanticized bullshit about peasants. You know, some kind of bullshit Robin Hood idea. The end.